I'm gonna be real with y'all. Trading is one of the hardest things to partake in the world. However, once you reach the other side, you will be successful for life. That's when you get to the FU money. I don't need nobody. I don't need nothing except Wi-Fi. That's it.
It has to work or it has to work.
Y'all, we back for another show, and today I am so excited. Anytime I get to hear about money, learn a new skill, it just brings me so much joy because I know it's going to help you. Today we got the queen of trading, the queen of Forex, the queen of showing you guys how to win in the markets, y'all. Without further ado, I got my sis here, Jessica Laine. How you doing, sis?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you for taking time to get on the show and just come teach me, man. I love, when I said I wanted to learn this game, I'm like, yo, there's no one better that can show me than you. So thank you for just taking time out to get on here.
Thank you for having me. I love that. I love that.
There's so much misinformation out here when it comes to trading, when it comes to the foreign exchange market, when it comes to a lot of things financial. I wanted to really take this time we got together to educate me on the foreign exchange market, right? To educate me on what trading is, what charting is, right? I see on your Instagram and they're like, yo, you helped so many people with charting. And then they say charting helps with stocks. It helps with Forex. It helps with a whole bunch of different things. So I'm kind of curious to even know a little bit about all of that.
Yeah, so first and foremost, charting is strictly understanding the movement of money from a technical analysis perspective. So what you're doing is
Sound like you gotta be smart for that.
Yeah, no, So let's first start here.
Yeah.
In trading, you have fundamental analysis and you have technical analysis.
Got it.
Okay. Fundamental analysis is literally understanding what's happening in the economy, right? And different news events that are shifting the market. In fundamental analysis, you have things that move based off of supply and demand, right? And then you have things that move based off of economic indicators. Economic indicators can be something as simple as, unemployment rate coming out on a Friday, or gross domestic products, or consumer price index. These are fundamental, I would say, economic market indicators that cause the market to shift and move. And then you have supply and demand perspective, right? Supply and demand is anything that happens in the economy that's causing the dollar to either rise or fall, or any currency for that matter. But that's dealing with, geopolitical events, news events, wars, like all of these different things that's either taking liquidity into the market or moving it out.
That's good.
I said a lot, but
no, you good.
Then,
I'm digesting. You told me something a little bit offline. You also said whether we know it or not, people in general, we all are contributors to we are all contributing in the foreign exchange market, period, point blank. Anytime you spend $1, right, you are contributing in making the currency move. Now, the thing is that it's all in front of our faces. Even the economy shifting is all in front of our faces. I encourage anybody, no matter what you do in the world, whether you have a online business where you are selling clothes, whether you have a makeup company, whether you have, peer space and do homes and event spaces, all these different things, understand the market because it affects everything. Regardless, you're going to have to spend your dollar in some way, shape, or form. Does that make sense? No,
so even when you go to the store right now, people are complaining about, gas prices rising, or, orange juice is super expensive, all these different things. But really all that is inflation. What does inflation boil down to? The market, the economy, what's happening in the economy. So understanding it, if you have to go through it anyways, why not understand it so that you can make money from it?
That's good. That's good. Let me ask you this, because I want to understand this concept. So now I know my place in the world as far as I'm a contributor to the market, right? How do I actually make money from the market? Like when people say you make money trading or in Forex, how does that part work?
So knowledge. So we just talked about the fundamental analysis, and then you have technical analysis. Now I have friends that make money from fundamental analysis only, where they're literally seeing what's happening in the world and trading accordingly and taking either buying or selling positions based off of particular news events. And then I have people who literally just look at the charts and see, hey, I'm at a level of supply or demand. So I'm going to either buy or sell here, or I'm at a trend line. I'm going to break and retest this to go into a buy. I know I just said a lot, but really it's just understanding the different technical perspectives of charting.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So
you make money either way.
Got it.
Right? Like, but technical analysis always give you insight to a fundamental news analysis happening. Does that make sense? So like at some point on my chart, I'm going to come to a level of resistance. At that level of resistance, if it's a heavy
is this
level,
what you be showing on your Instagram that I be seeing?
Yes.
When the red lines, the green.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know this is going a little deep. So people who don't know what I'm talking about, just bear with me for a second because I'm going to make it all make sense. Okay. So let's say I come to a heavy level of resistance. I might not understand what's about to happen in the economy that's about to cause the market to fall, but I know that I'm at this level of resistance from a technical perspective, right? Meaning charting. Now, when an actual news event comes out, and let's say we lost, I'm gonna give a simple example. Let's say we lost, I don't know, X amount of jobs. So the U.S. economy isn't doing as good as it should right now. When I come to this level of resistance, and then I have this fundamental data to back it up, now I can go all in with my trade and have confirmation in the position that I'm taking.
Right.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
I'm getting it. But listen, this what I'm gonna do. Cause I already knew that this was gonna be one where I got to really dive a little bit deeper. So Jessica's telling me about, like, she been working on this event. Go to multiplyyourincomessummit.com. I'm gonna be on there. She's gonna be on there. Well, I'm gonna be on there being a student. She gonna be on there teaching. Because I'm pretty sure in this however long we do the podcast, you're not going to be able to get all the game that she's delivering. Because even right now, I got to go back and understand it even more. So go to multiplyyourincomessummit.com right now. Go ahead and secure your seat. You said it's a 5-day virtual event, right? 5-day virtual conference. So that means every single day I get to learn something new.
Every single day you get to learn something new.
Oh yeah, go to multiplyyourincomessummit.com. Let's finish though.
All right, so let me break it down in more simple terms, because I don't want people to lose me. I want you to be right here with me. Right?
How do I initially set up an account? Is this like a mirror trade? You know, when I set up you got to get a brokerage? Or?
Yeah, well, you have to get a brokerage, but really, okay, yes. So yes, you would set up a brokerage account, right? And then you would literally just trade based off of that. But to take the trade in positions is how people make money. So the simplest form that I can explain this as, human behavior is inevitable. Yeah. Right? There are literally cycles and patterns of human data that is on your charts. So anytime you're trading, you're looking left to see price came here every single time. So 9 times out of 10, when it comes here again, it's going to fall if it came here previously until it breaks through. Right? Okay. Does that make sense?
I'm processing.
Okay.
Don't listen. I want you to understand this, please.
Yeah.
For me, it takes me sometimes 2 to 3 times to get something when it got to do with something technical. So you're explaining it good. Okay. I just gotta.
All right. Well, for the people at home, this the best bar that I can give you. You talked a little bit about dispelling myths and stuff like that, right? Now, I do understand Forex has a bad rep. I've heard it, but it's really because of network marketing companies and social media and all of these bots where people, because Forex has the least amount of entry, meaning that anybody can participate in this market and make money. Right? In the real estate market, you got to come to it with a 20% deposit in order to secure a property. And 9 times out of 10, people don't have that capital.
And credit.
Right? Right. And the credit. In the Forex market, all you need is a brain and an account. And then you can tackle into that market. But the problem is people don't actually learn the skill set that's acquired in order to make the money. But because it is the market with the least barriers of entry, a lot of people come into it without any qualifications and then say, oh, I'm gonna teach you this, I'm gonna teach you this, I'm gonna teach you this, but they're not making money from the market. So then that's where you have all of the bots and all of these different things come into play, watering down the market. But the most wealthiest people in the world use the foreign exchange market to make money. If you don't call stocks a scam, then you should not call Forex a scam. And the reason being is because everything that happens in the world will always affect what happens in a company. But there is nothing that can happen in a company that's gonna affect what happens in the world. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I'm working based off of, even when COVID shut down, right? Or when COVID occurred, people were losing money in their stocks because COVID occurring affected people's businesses.
Yeah.
It affected corporations, it affected companies. But from a economic perspective, you still had the supply and demand and the fluctuations between currencies happening because trade was occurring.
Yeah. So
in the midst.
in other words, if a world disaster happened,
Yeah, we making money. Let me tell you, when the Russia and Ukraine war happened, right? I know that's not a world disaster. That's literally war. But when that happened, we were on European territory, right? Yeah. So I know the euro is going to fall simply because I have two countries going to war on this soil, right? Yeah. Euro JPY fell, Euro USD fell, all of these different currencies fell. People who understood it made money from it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's so important, no matter what facet you're in, is to just understand what's happening around you. Open up your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to affect you one way or another. You're just either going to be on the beneficiary side of it or the losing side of it. Yeah. You're either going to, okay, I can't control that gas prices are inflating right now. I can't control all of these things that's happening in the world right now. Right? Like, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. There are literally people right now complaining to this day, hey, prices are rising, but I'm not getting paid more at my job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if you understand that concept, okay, what are you going to do about it? Or are you just going to keep complaining, hey, prices are going up and I'm not getting paid more at my job. Oh, I need to find another job. Prices are going up and they're only trying to pay me this amount of money. No. Use the knowledge that's before you. You know prices are going up. Now dive deep. Why are prices going up? How can I use this for my benefit, for me to make money? Because clearly these institutions and things that are governing me aren't going to pay me my worth. Yeah,
that's a fact. So what else is there? What are some other important things for me to know when I'm beginning to trade or chart? Like, what are some things maybe I should look out for? I know you tell me, one, this is a skill set that you got to put some effort in to learn. But what are some things to look out for? Am I starting with a certain amount of money? I know you was telling me about you had somebody in Nigeria that took like a few bucks to like several $1,000s.
Yeah, I got a lot of stories like that. I have a student in Jamaica that took $250, okay, to a $2,000 account, then flipped that $2,000 account to over $700,000. That's right. Crazy. She was my first millionaire student. About a year and a half. She was my first millionaire student. Her name was Chantel. I have another student. I always use Seki just because he's like one of my heart babies. He's in Tanzania, right? They make $1 to $5 a day. Seki literally put, I think it was $3. He started his account with $3. Now, of course, in America, we're not starting accounts with $3, but I'm just trying to understand. It just depends on you. Yeah. It depends on
on what you got to invest.
Yeah, it depends on what you have to invest, but the skill set is important. The skill set is the most important thing, because if you don't understand what you're doing, you're going to lose everything, whether you have $100,000 in your account or $100 in your account. Now, the beautiful thing about it is, again, it's the market with the least barriers of entry, meaning that I can start with a less amount and then there is no cap to how much I can make. So as long as I'm compounding efficiently and effectively and not over leveraging my account or anything, I can grow this income to an immense amount of money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't understand what I'm doing, again, I can have $500 and blow it right now, $1,000, blow it right now, $3,000 and blow it right now. So it's not the amount, it's the knowledge that you start with. That's key.
Let me ask you this. So first off, get the knowledge. That's number one.
That's number one.
But I heard you say multiple times the importance of compounding.
Yeah.
So tell me the process of compounding. Are you just doubling down on what's working, or is it that your money keep growing?
Accumulation. So for instance, Seki, that I was just talking about, him starting his account with $3, he flipped it to $600. Now, if I'm making $1 to $5 a week, right? and now I made $3 and turned that into $600 in a matter of a few months, that's some people's annual salary.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So compounding, let's say you say, what's 20% of, I don't know, let's use easy numbers for people. So let's say you start an account with $2,000 and then you say, I want to flip it to, and then let's say you want to flip it to, you just pick how much your weekly goal is going to be. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. You pick a weekly goal and a monthly goal, and then you set those targets, and then you constantly compound your account.
Should the return be like? Should it be 20? Is the goal 20%?
I mean, you can easily make 20% a month. You can actually make 20% a week. It's just that a lot of people do not have the discipline to sustain that over a duration of time. But like, let's say you start an account with $100. Making $20 off of $100 is nothing. You could easily make $120, right? Right? What you teaching me? Yeah. So, but I'm saying if somebody had $100 and somebody said, "Hey, get 20 more," you could easily flip $100 into $120. But the problem is as the numbers start to grow, the psychological perspective is warped. And as we talked previously, like in the other podcast or whatever, if you are not accustomed to seeing certain numbers or seeing certain money, then your psychology is going to cause you to lose the money, literally not by skill, but by your own psyche. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, it's easy to say, hey, I'm gonna flip $100 to $120, but it's not as easy for somebody to say, hey, I'm gonna flip, or I'm gonna turn 100,000 into 120,000. Yeah. It gets harder as the numbers grow.
But the work stay the same,
but the work is the same.
So it's not,
it could be the exact same move.
So it's not harder, it's the mental harder.
It's the mental harder. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we all look at $100 as nothing. Yeah. So we put $100 in an account, which I mean, again, nobody in America is putting $100 in an account, but you put $100 in an account, you could easily grow it to 120. But if somebody who's not used to having money, somebody gives them $100,000, they're going to be so scared of losing it that obtaining 120,000 isn't going to be as easy as, oh yeah, I flipped $100 to 120.
Right. Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
So you really gotta take this mindset.
The psychology is literally the most important part to investing and trading. And like even outside of Forex, I mean, I trade currency, I trade commodities. So I dibble and dab into indices also. So I trade US 30, I trade gold, but understanding technical analysis can help you with anything. Like I have literally students that do stocks, but they came to me for charting because the thing about it is with Forex, you have two economies that are against each other. I'm saying in a simple way for people to understand, but you're dealing with two economies, right? So the fluctuations are going to be way greater. Like there'll be more volatility than what you have in stocks. So if you can master Forex, right, you can 100% master charting stocks. So a lot of people would take my course strictly to help them in their stocks, which I mean, okay, let me say this. Stocks you are investing in, options you are trading. So they would use it to help them in their portfolios.
Say options you are...
Options are a derivative of stocks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you're trading options, but it's based off of stocks. Got it. Companies.
Let me ask you this, because you said it's important. Now, I think this is just in every area of business, but sometimes we look at it as fluff mindset. You know how they call it? It's 1,000% needed in trading, as we just discussed. What are some things people should be doing to begin to develop that mindset of a successful trader? Are you reading a certain book? Yeah. Are you studying the market?
Let me tell y'all. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just got to tell y'all me, okay? I did not, but like I've talked about this before where I literally lost over $100,000. I was super depressed. I locked myself in a prayer closet, okay? And literally was like, I have to figure out this skill set because the $100,000 that I made was strictly based off of luck. It's something called beginner's luck in anything that you start to pursue. And then once you lose everything, you have to come to grips. Am I going to persevere, or am I going to allow this temporary defeat to be the end of me? Right. So I sat there. I was like, I went on like a strict discipline fast. Like I'm talking about, I read success books every day, listened to motivation, mindset, because I was down. And the only way I was going to get picked back up was to literally tap into myself and my higher powers. So like, I talk about my faith, because ultimately I wouldn't be nowhere if it wasn't for God. But like, you have to find that deep, that other self that's inside of you. Yeah. That other self that trusts your intuition, that other self that doesn't doubt yourself. Because in trading, right, when you take a position, you're going to start to see them numbers fluctuate. And when you start to see the fluctuations, it could literally make you second guess yourself. Like, yo, did I really see what I thought I saw before I took this position? Or like, am I tripping right now? Like, why am I going in a drawdown? Like, so forth and so on. Like, it's so many different things.
What drawdown mean? Market?
Drawdown means, well, you're not
position
losing it. Your position.
Once I get into the trade.
Once you're in the position, the market is going to fluctuate before it gets to your TP, right?
TP?
So let's say TP is take profit.
All right, got it.
My TP is here.
So
this is my take profit.
Like I'm regular.
No, I got
TP,
you. So this is my take profit.
Yep.
This is my entry point.
Yep.
Before
I got in the trade it here, and the goal is to take profit up here.
Yes.
Okay.
So I could be saying I want, I don't know. Let's say we do 5 standards, $50 a pip, right?
Pip.
Every time pip is let's say it is like, the best way I can explain it is, I mean, it's in stocks, it's used as like points, ticks, like the movement of price.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
Got it.
So let's say, the best way I can explain it, let's say I want to trade $5 per pip and you want to trade $1 per pip, and the market goes up 100 pips, right? I now have $500. You now have $100.
Got it. Okay.
So that's the best way to explain it.
Perfect.
But let's say my TP is here, my entry's here, and I need price to get here, but before it gets here, it's fluctuating. So now I'm positive $1,000, then I go back down to $800. Then I'm positive $2,000. I'll go back down to like $750. Then I might even go negative $200. And some people psychologically will be like, dang, I should have took profit at $1,000, but not even realizing, no, your end goal is 10,000. Why am I going to shortchange myself if my TP is here? Like, people start to second guess themselves when, let's say, the market doesn't take, like, it takes a while for it to actually get to the take profit level, which they need to take profit at.
Got it. So when you said something, like, how do you determine if I'm gonna say, I'm gonna take profit at 10,000? Is there indicators?
Well, yeah. So when you're looking at the market, that goes into your analyzation of your technical analysis. So when you look at the market, you're looking at previous levels of support and resistance. I use Fibonacci. Fibonacci is a tool that's used to measure the retrace of a counter trend based on the current trend of the market.
Yeah. Yo, one more. Listen, multiplyyourincomesummit.com. Or everything she just said is going to be there broken down. Like, I'm coming with the pen, the paper, the laptop, the notebook, everything. Go ahead.
So I can have take profit levels on my Fibonacci, or I can have take profit levels based off of trend lines. I can have take profit levels based off of zones. And all of these are literally what is encompassed when people say, oh, I'm charting.
Okay.
It's drawing stuff on your chart, but it's literally adding confluences together. It's multiple confirmations to give you the reason as to why you're getting in a trade.
Got it.
And why you're exiting a trade.
When people are trading, how much time are people trading per day?
Not a lot if you know what you're doing. Yeah. The thing is that
it's not a lot. An hour, 5 hours, 8 hours?
Less than that. Mm-hmm. Less than that. Okay, so for instance, right? Last week I took a position I took 2 positions. One of the positions that I took was a buy on gold. I bought it on Thursday at around 9 a.m. That's when U.S. market opens. Mm-hmm. I bought it around 9 a.m. and then, well, that's when the stock U.S. market opens. For Forex, it's 8, but I bought it around 9 a.m. I was out of that trade around like I think it closed around like 12. I set my take profit, so I didn't actually see it close. Like it's just you set it and then you leave it.
Got it. And it will just take it when it hit that number.
Yeah.
Can you also do a stop loss?
Yes, you have a stop loss also. So you have a stop loss if the market goes the opposite way. But this is the thing, right? I don't enter trades that I do not have all of my confirmations lined up to execute. That's very important. Some people get in a trade and be like, it could do this or it could do this. If I don't have all my confirmations lined up, yes, I'm not guessing. In the market, there is no guessing. Trade what you see, not what you think. It don't matter what you think. It don't matter what you think that's about to happen. What happens is the most important part. What you see happening is the most important part. Don't marry a trade. Don't say, oh, well, I got in at this position and this is the reverse psychology in trading, right? People hold on to people are fearful, right? When they are winning, but hopeful when they're losing.
They're fearful when they're winning and hopeful when they lose. Wow.
Meaning that when they're losing a trade, they hold on to it way longer, knowing you should have closed it. But you're hoping that it's gonna turn around. Yeah. So you stay in it and your account is just dwindling away, eating away. When that's not even a position that you should have been in. The structure is not there. Like, what are you looking at? Yeah. But then when you're in a winning trade, again, my take profit here, I'm looking at $10,000, but because it went up 800 real quick, I'm trying to close this profit without letting the trade play out. So they're fearful that, okay, it's not gonna reach there. So they take it before the trade is even ready or done with.
Before it's even at the level that you can really
make more money before it's the money. Yeah. Like the money is there and you know where it's going, but so many people, when it comes to psychology, it's like, They just like, oh, let me take this little bit while I can. And then be mad when the whole trade played out. And it's like, dang, like, why did I pull it? Well, you pulled it because you were fearful.
I've had the privilege to help hundreds and hundreds of people all around the world open up their own profitable event spaces utilizing my signature formula. Number one, how to find a space. Number two, how to fund the space and how to automate the space. I've been in Atlanta, Georgia now living for 2 years. My spaces are still in Philadelphia operating, doing extremely well because we use the same exact formula that I break down, right? If you're interested in learning how we can help you, I want you to go to eventsspacesecrets.com, watch a training or book a call with our team to see if you are a good fit. Again, this is for you specifically if you're looking for other ways to leverage your money and turn that into other streams of income, right? I don't believe there's a better time than right now for you to get tapped into the information in the game that can help you. So again, go to eventsspacesecrets.com, watch the training or book a call with our team to see if you're a good fit for this opportunity. Let's go.
I gotta ask you this because I did the interview backwards. I didn't get to know you. Man, I know you, but normally I ask a little bit about your life and we went straight into trading. How did you hear about, like, who exposed you to this game?
Yeah,
what made you say, I'm going to go all in?
When I was 23, it was a girl that I knew. She bought a house at 23. I said, girl, run that back.
Yeah.
How you do that? Yeah. And she told me she was trading. And I was like, wait, what? Like, what is that? And then...
Is this the same person you told me made 100K in a day? Where you said, hold on.
No. That was a guy. Okay. Yeah, so
it's two turning points. Somebody making 100K in a day and somebody buying a house at 23 years old.
Yeah. Her buying a house at 23 years old was like, oh, I'm in the wrong business. You know what I'm saying? Because oftentimes, like, I went to Spelman, graduated from Spelman, but it's like my dad was a career counselor. So he wants me to get a job. I'm getting a job, but am I getting freedom? You know what I'm saying? It ain't really add up. And I knew I didn't really want to work for anybody. It didn't add up.
So how long did it take you, I would say, to trade for you to get good? For you to understand
so I would say I started end of 2017. April 2019 was when I realized, like, okay, I got this. I wasn't making an astronomical amount of money, but I was like literally, that's when I was consistent in profits. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and it's so crazy how like we once you get to a certain point, you kind of forget about the small wins. But like, I was just happy to consistently make $100 to $250 a day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, great. Like, and then the weekly goals come, and then the monthly goals come. And then it's just, I just want it to be consistent. Because once you're consistent, the byproduct, the money is a byproduct of your consistency.
Facts. Yeah.
The money comes when you're consistent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and then I was one of those ones when I first started out in trading, I wanted to know so much about trading that I started to study everything and everybody, and that's what you should not do. That's the paradox.
Yeah.
Right? Because in trading, you can be exposed to so many different things that when you get to the market, you don't even really know what you're looking at, because you got Ichimoku cloud. These are all different ways in which people approach the market. But you have Ichimoku cloud, you have Fibonacci, you have MACD, you have RSI, you have like the accelerators, you have like all these different things. You're trying to figure out all these different ways. So I'm like, oh, should I learn from this person? Should I learn from this person? Like, oh, where do I begin? Like, how do I start? So I had learned so much knowledge that like I had not perfected anything. And I really wasn't understanding anything in depth enough to make me money. Yeah. Until I really sat back after I lost all that money. Because really, I will admit that before I got good, that beginner's luck was really just gambling. You go in profit and you like, oh, it's blue. Let me close this out. Whoop. $800 right here. Whoop. Here go another $250. Yeah. All right, here go another $500, and you compounding that. And then the numbers get big. And at the point where before your psychology is there, when the numbers get big, it's like, oh shit. It's like a adrenaline rush. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh my God. Like I remember the first time I saw the account, it was like 12,000 in profit. I was like, oh, let me secure this right now. Like, I can't believe it. And then it became a game where I would just use bigger and bigger lot sizes to see like, yo, how much I'm gonna get today.
Lot size.
A lot size is a unit of measurement. So remember, your lot size can be $1 per pip.
Yep, got it.
And mine can be $5 per pip.
Yep.
And then the pips moving. Pips moving.
Yep.
So your lot size is basically the percentage in which you're trading.
Got it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Yeah. You got it.
I'm gonna figure it out one day at a time.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, yo, so then it became a gambling game. I'm like, oh, let me do 5 standards today. Let me do this today. Let me do this. And what messed me up was I traded US 30. So US 30 is an indice instead of a currency.
Indice.
Indice is an index fund. So you heard of Dow Jones?
Yes.
That's what it is, but it's in Forex. It's called US 30.
Got it.
Okay. So I'm like, oh, I'm about to hop in this. But I didn't know that the standards were different for indices than they were for regular currency. So imagine using 5 standards on regular currency and then now using 5 standards on, or a 0.5 or a 5.00 on an indice. So now where 5 standards on regular currency can be $50 per pip, on an indice, it's like $500 per pip. So imagine you get in an account and then you go $500 per pip or $500 per pip, and then it drops down like 3,000 pips.
Yeah. You're done for.
And 100 each time is dropping down. So 3,000 times 500. Just imagine that. Like I'm just giving an example, but it's like the account was gone before I knew it. Yeah. Like in a matter of a day or two.
What, like, do you recommend people do? I hear about test accounts, like paper money. You should do how long should somebody
demo accounts?
Yeah, do demo accounts before you put some real paper in.
This is the honest thing about a demo account. Most people don't have the discipline to really use a demo account in the way it should be used. I really think that advanced traders are the most. They use demo accounts the right way, right? So like, if I use a demo account, let's say an advanced trader will use it to increase their profits or to increase their lot size. So let's say they're so used to trading 10 standards, right? You have to train your eyes to see the money at a bigger price before it actually gets to that price. You have to train your eyes to see the fluctuations. So you have to like if somebody's looking to grow their account, I would say use a demo account to where, okay, you place, let's say 5 standards in your real account, but then 10 standards in the demo account. So you could see what those numbers are going to start to look like bigger, because you can't just jump from seeing $1,000 in drawdown to seeing 100,000 in drawdown. You're going to lose your shit.
Right. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have to train your eyes to see it. So I think demo accounts are great in that perspective. A new trader, you should use a demo account, but 9 times out of 10, most people, they don't have the attachment to that money. Yeah. So they end up gambling it. They're not really looking at it. They could take a trade and then not even look at it.
As gambling.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Cause I just thought about it. I bought an option for Apple, and I don't think I took it. That's gambling if I lose that money. I gotta. Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
That was random, but I just started thinking about like, damn, I need that money.
Yeah.
So
I think that knowledge is important. Knowledge is power. But I think that knowledge in the right things will transcend you beyond what you could ever ask for, hope, or dream. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Trading is one of the hardest things to partake in the world. However, once you reach the other side, you will be successful for life. There is nothing that anybody can say. That's when you get to the FU money. Like, I make money with my brain. I don't need nobody. I don't need nothing except Wi-Fi and my brain. That's it.
And I know she telling the truth. When you pulled up in that Lamborghini, you called me, you like, yo, I was like, I think you should get an Evo. Next week you had an Evo. Like, how do I turn this? It was either you wanted to turn it purple or pink at the time.
Yeah. I wanted a pink one. It's so crazy. I remember that conversation.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I want to get a Lambo.
Station.
And I feel like you thought I was joking.
I did. I think you was joking for sure. Next week, Lambo. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I think you ended up having your baby, and then your car is set for like a year.
Yeah. It's still in the garage.
And then the crazy thing, you cashed it out with Forex. That's when I knew Forex was real.
All cash.
I said, hold on.
No car note.
Yeah, no car note. That's why I could sit for a year and don't matter. Golly. But no, I just really
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, no, I remember I talked to you. I was at the gas station down the street from my apartment. This was like probably 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I was talking about mine, like it's the best, this, and that.
Yeah.
I thought you would have called again to ask for some advice on, and next week you had one. I'm like, or it might have been 2 weeks, but it was like, a lot of people just say that crap. I'm like, yo,
oh no, I wanted it. I wanted it. You had yours.
Yeah.
You got your wife hers.
Yeah. I think
and I was like,
your boy Q had. He's a car collector. So he had a bunch of stuff.
I was like, nah, I want me one of those. Yeah. But my dad loves cars. Like, he has a whole bunch of old school, like 1963, 1967 Corvettes and stuff. So like, I come from a car collector's family, but like I didn't want no hot rod. I wanted
speed.
Yes.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I wanted the supercar.
Yeah. And you did that.
I did that.
You still got to turn it pink or purple if you choose to. If you get time. You know what I'm saying? So man, I just appreciate you coming on. And I'm grateful for just the insight that you gave me in this short period of time. But I'm going to be learning all the way on a virtual summit. I want you to let people know just a little bit about what you're going to discuss so people can really understand. I know they're going to learn a bit about charting. They're going to understand psychology of trading.
The psychology is really important. And not only that, you're going to have speakers that's going to break down literally so many different valuable facets that you need in order to be successful, not just in trading, but successful in general. Because remember, it starts here first. Like, you cannot be a successful trader without understanding yourself first. So people breaking that down, and then me actually diving deep into the charts, and then going deep into how to make money from the charts and giving you tangible stuff to take home and go home with, so that then you can apply it in your everyday lives. And then of course you guys have Sunday night calls where you can hop on literally to the end of time. I will always be doing those calls where you guys can ask me questions and then really like ask me, how do I do this? What is it that I'm missing? So forth and so on.
Powerful, y'all. Listen to me. Game changer. Multiply your income summit, right? Multiply your income summit.
Multiply your income summit,
y'all, and just really get the game. Like I promise you guys, one of the best and greatest things you will ever do is learn a skill. And the thing is, she talked about FU money or whatever. Like, once you learn a skill, you can do whatever you want. Why? Because you know you can go print with your brain, like
whenever
she said.
you want.
Yeah.
You. One of my students said it best. My student from Jamaica, she said, "Yo, I feel like I'm an ATM. Whenever I want to make money, I could just wake up in the morning and make it."
Wow.
And that's the most beautiful thing. Because after you get to that point, then you start to discover what your purpose is in life. Because really, most people wake up, they never find out what their purpose is, because every single day that they wake up, they go work a job because they need money. When you have as much money as you want in the world, then you find out what your purpose is. Because then from there, you can impact lives and start different businesses or
You
whatever.
building a school.
Whatever. Yes, me building my school, like whatever feats or things that you want to partake in life. When money isn't out of the equation, who am I? You know?
Wow, when money's not in the equation, who am I? And what do I want to do?
What do I want to do?
That's a good question. If money was not an option, learn how to trade or chart.
Yeah.
Right?
If you did
What
not
would I
have
do?
to stress about money, if you didn't need money, if you had all the money in the world, who would you be?
Yeah,
What would you do?
that's good.
You know?
Hey, and as my guy Wallow say, and it's just like that, y'all. We'll see you guys on the next show. Make sure y'all click the link below to go ahead and grab yourself a ticket to Jessica's amazing event, y'all, where I'm going to go learn. You better be learning. We see you on the other side.
See you on the other side.